Hello everyone. In previous classes, we have studied about history of Indian mutual funds and myths and facts about the Indian mutual fund and how mutual fund works. In today's class, we are going to study about the types of mutual funds and advantages and disadvantages of the mutual funds. Mutual funds are classified into two types by maturity period and by investment objective. So maturity period means it's nothing but withdrawal time. Open-ended schemes are there, closed-ended schemes are there, interval funds are there. So what is open-ended schemes? Open-ended schemes means you can withdraw the money which you are invested in any time, but the return may vary. For example, if you are invested in the year of 2015, you can withdraw that one in 2016 or 2017 or even in between any time. But for 2016 withdrawal, the return may be bit less. For 2017 withdrawal, the return may be bit more. Closed-ended schemes means you cannot withdraw anytime. You can withdraw only after the maturity. For example, while you are signing for the mutual fund agreement, they will clearly inform you you can withdraw this one after 5 years. So you can withdraw the mutual funds only after 5 years, not before that. Then comes interval funds. Interval fund is nothing but the mixture of open-ended and closed-ended schemes. So up to some year you cannot withdraw that one. For example, for first 3 years you cannot withdraw the mutual fund amount which you are invested. After 3 years you can withdraw in any time. Then comes by investment objective. Under that, first one, equity or growth fund. I'll show you what type of fund it is. As you know, the value of the investment in share market will increase in long run. See here, there are Indian indices and global indices. We are going to focus on only Indian indices. In this particular subject, we will study two major indices, that is Nifty 50 and Sensex. Nifty 50 is the index of National Stock Exchange and Sensex is the index of Bombay Stock Exchange. I'll click to Nifty 50 here. Under that, stocks pulling indices up, I will go for Reliance Industries. So you can check the chart of Reliance Industries here. So I'll click for 5 years. Uh, if you are invested in September 2015, the value is 439.83. And right now, the value of one particular share is 2231.95. That means if you are invested in the equity shares of Reliance Industries, today's value is more than 4 times. So the growth fund or the equity fund means investing in that type of equity shares which will give you the growth for the long run. If you are invested in Apple 10 years ago of rupees $1,000, the value today is around $12,900. That is more than 13 times. So investing in that type of equity fund is called growth schemes or else equity schemes. Next comes income schemes. Also this is called as debt schemes. So investing in a debt securities is called debt schemes. Why this is called income schemes? Because in debt securities you will get a regular income. That's why this is called debt scheme. Then balanced funds. This is the mixture of equity and income funds. That's what called debt equity ratio in stock market investment, not in company. Stock market investment debt equity ratio. Then comes the money market instruments. I have told about the money market instruments, investing in that type of instruments. Then gilt funds, or it is also called gilt edged funds, investing in gilt edged securities. Nothing but government securities. Why? the fluctuation of government securities are very less for that particular reason. Then index fund are that type of securities where the value of your investment will increase or decrease on the basis of changes in the indices. You can check here itself. The indices are changing in this particular way, and even your value of the mutual fund will change in this way. As I said, the main objective of the investor are security, profitability, and liquidity. If you are investing in that type of securities where you will get security, profitability, and liquidity, is treated as portfolio investment. We'll go for advantages and disadvantages of the mutual funds. Portfolio diversification, as I shown here, they are going to invest in the equities, debts, money markets, even in the government securities. Then comes the professional management. The managers of mutual funds are very professional. We are going to study that one in structure of the mutual funds. Then reduction or diversification of risk by diversifying the funds in all the categories like equities, debts, money markets, gilt-edged funds. The risk is also diversified. Reduction of transaction costs. Since you are investing only in mutual funds and only mutual funds are going to invest in the stock market, the transaction costs are less. If you are investing your small amount of money in the stock market, then for each transaction, the transaction cost is there. Wide choice to suit risk return profile. So here you can choose your product diversification. You will get the liquidity of the funds, convenience and the flexibility also you will get in the mutual funds. Transparency of fund management is also there in mutual funds. We'll go for the disadvantages of mutual funds. No control over cost, because you cannot control the cost since you are not investing. The mutual funds are only investing, even they will keep their profit margin. Then no tailor-made portfolios. You cannot choose your own portfolio. What are the portfolios available? You can choose that one only. Managing a portfolio of funds. So you cannot manage the portfolio of funds. Just you can invest in the portfolios. Delay in redemption. So redemption takes little bit of time. That's it for today's class. In coming classes, we are going to study about fund structure of mutual funds.